Mark, the City fan, wants to come on and discuss the performance of a certain Jude Bellingham last night. Mark, good morning.
Morning, Mark.
Morning, boys. You all right?
Yeah.
Good, mate.
Yeah, a bit of an unpopular opinion, I think. I think Bellingham's getting a bit found out. I think he's struggling a bit, mate. He didn't look good. He didn't get in the game last night. I think he was not diving all over the show, but falling about, moaning, complaining, every foul, trying to get Foden sent off. I think it was ridiculous.
Mark, I know you're coming from. Ali asked me, because obviously Ali was at Arsenal and I was watching the majority of the game from Spain, and I thought Jude was quiet last night, but make no mistake, a bit of magic, he could turn this tie next week. So I know what you're saying, he wasn't at his brilliant best last night, but at the same time, he's still some player. I'd be careful of that. You know what I mean, Ali?
Yeah.
When you get someone with that talent, just one bit of magic it could be a 1-0 job.
Listen, I did not see the game last night totally, so I'm not qualified to talk about it. I'll give you an opinion on it. However, if you're saying he was quiet, and what I would need to say is he's maybe due a wee quiet game.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been phenomenal.
I don't think Madrid will be worried about it, to be honest, but I just wonder what Pep's thinking about Erling Haaland now. Elsewhere, it was another quiet night for Erling, and former City boss Stuart Pearce thinks he's bang out of form right now.
Haaland there with a rueful smile on his face as he lost possession in and around the halfway line, and it'll be critical that he finds a little bit of form for certainly the running of the rest of the season in all competitions for City.
That suggests that you don't think he has been in great form?
No, I don't. I think he's wanting a little bit, and that happens with strikers. It happens with footballers. They're not machines, and form comes and goes when you least expect it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Definitely, he's just quiet at the moment, but his track record tells you he could just turn it around like that. Just one goal in his last 5 games for Erling Haaland. Well, for more on this, we're joined now by broadcaster and a big City fan, and Natalie Pike joins us. Natalie, a very good morning.
Natalie, good morning.
Morning, gents. How are you?
Very good,
great,
Natalie,
thanks.
after that last night. 2 crackers, absolute crackers. Just on the City game, Bellingham was a bit quiet, but so was Erling Haaland.
Yeah, was it? Could you believe Bellingham's antics, though? I think I was a bit surprised. Maybe it's because I don't watch Real Madrid every single week, but he's kind of diving and he's gesturing. I think he was lucky to get away with not getting booked, and I think he's going to be lucky to be on the pitch next week. But yeah, Erling Haaland is a little bit quiet at the minute, but when you've got somebody like Phil Foden that's in the unbelievable world-class form that he's in, I mean, is there anybody in the world better right now than Phil Foden?
Do you know, that's a great question, Natalie. It was one I was going to ask you, to tell you the gospel truth, because I mean, I've seen him. I was at the Villa game. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal at this moment in time. And Alan and I were talking about it. I'm not sure there is a more influential player in the world at this moment.
He is unbelievable. He's in the absolute form of his life. He's taken this opportunity of having Kevin De Bruyne out for most of the season. And he's just absolutely grabbed this opportunity by the reins. Last night, it felt like to me, so we were dominating in possession, which we knew that we would, and we knew that Real Madrid would be happy for us to do. But we were lacking something in the final third. And it might be, Alan, because Erling Haaland is not at the levels that he was last year. It was going to take something special, and for Phil Foden to step up in that position with the amount of space that he had and to place that ball where he did, it was majestic. Yeah.
We're just hoping that he's going to be okay. It appears after the game he said to one or two of the reporters, no, I'll be fine. But De Bruyne should be back as well, or available for selection. So we're in for a fantastic ride in this second leg.
Oh, we really are. I cannot wait already. I mean, the Etihad genuinely is a fortress as well. And I'll say that to anybody. All of the jokes that other fans make, the Etihad is an absolute fortress. We haven't been beaten at the Etihad. Do you know what? I can't even remember what the stat is now. It's like November 2022 or like something crazy like that. Like, it goes back
Was it
so
Palace
far.
or someone like that? Crystal Palace?
Was it
right, actually. Yeah.
Was it Brentford just before the World Cup? It might have been. But yeah, it was a long time ago. The Etihad is a fortress. Bringing them back with this draw, if we can get Kevin fit, God bless him, not even fit, just well. If you hear what Pep said happened in the changing room last night, just well, Kev.
Yeah.
And then with Phil in the form that he's in, I cannot wait. Although between now and then, we've got a Premier League game, of course, as well that we need to focus on, that we need to win as well.
Nat, I want to ask you, and I was looking at it. Ederson on the bench. Ortega obviously started the game. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, so Ederson was out injured. He picked up an injury a couple of weeks ago. Then he came back. He was on the bench for the last game as well, and maybe even the one before that. But Ortega's been doing really well. I mean, last season he played all the FA Cup games, and obviously we won the FA Cup. And he only conceded one goal in the entire FA Cup, which was the penalty in the final. He's a really great goalkeeper. He's really, really highly thought of. I honestly think Pep just didn't want to change it because we were in a flow, because he was doing well, because he had some momentum. But I expect we'll probably see a change back now at the weekend.
Natalie, we can't wait. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks,
Thank
Natalie.
you.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.